So I'm going to open this 03 standard light scene, show save frame, and I'm going to start the render. And as you can see, we have some ambient light here, so I'm going to stop, cancel, click on my rendering settings, go to environment, and show you that we have GI set up for environment. That's very important in order to have some ambient lights for this example. Okay, and we're going to use V-Ray standard spotlight, so let's activate it here. Let's click interactive so we see what we're doing. And as you can see here, we don't have any shadows here. So if I click H and select my spotlight, I'll be able to get to this panel where I need to select V-Ray shadows. And I'm gonna click refresh, and better to click on V-Ray shadows, click refresh. Going to stop the render and start it again. As you can see here, we're getting the shadows from that V-Ray shadow. So sometimes in interactive it might not work, so if you don't getting shadows, click stop and render again. Now I can set it up on interactive and interact a little bit with the lights. So we can add or increase, decrease the intensity, change the color of a light. We scroll down here, we have spotlight parameters. So here we can increase or decrease the fall off and the hotspot beam. You can push it to the edge so it will be very circular, or we can lower this down in order to have soft decay here. We can switch from circle to rectangular, so we get a square light. See that it's pretty square here. And also let's put it back to circular. We can play with the shadow parameters here. We have area shadows, and you can see how the shadows get affected here. If we set this to 22, it's gonna get a little bit softer. And if we go a little higher, it's gonna get really soft. And we can put it back to 10 to get a little bit more realistic sharp shadows, because sharp shadows will appear close to the object. Soft shadows if the object is a little bit far away from the wall it's been casted to. So let's go up, and what we can do, I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna bring my panel here and drop this onto the object, start interactive again. That's a glass material that I have here with some fog color, so it will be transparent but still will emit color from the inside. So we can see we're getting this nice color, and this is thanks to our transparent shadows. So if it's off, it's not gonna get any. If it's on, it's going to get our shadows color. Here we can control the bias, of those shadows. And again, we can switch from square to box. It's related to size and the width of the shadows. Increasing the subdivs, of course, going to give much better quality to our shadows. Last thing is we can also switch to directional light, and that will be that beam of light, which previously was just cone. If we zoom out here, we can see that switching from spot to directional light will change the light appearance here. I'm gonna click C, go back to my camera and bring my rendering window back again. And we can see the directional light is a little bit sharper. So it's got much sharper corners here. And if we put it on rectangle, can see how this square beam of light, very sharp, will create our shadows. All right, so this is as far as it goes working with 3ds Max. Check out the next tutorial. We're going to explore more lights.